Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. You are in the kitchen with KK. My name is Kimberly Knotts, and I am a functional integrative health coach with a passion for cooking. I get people involved building kitchen confidence. Right here in the kitchen is where you're going to shift your health today. It's been proven that diet and lifestyle will reverse and take care of 90% of the issues that we have out there. So it is our job to get that empowerment and to slowly make some shifts in our habits so that we can turn around our health and vitality, and you can live with vitality and longevity. Those are the big things. That's what you want for your life. And disease prevention, and yes, even cancer prevention directly from food. It's really, really exciting. So I wrote a cookbook called Simple Cooking for Vitality. I created the bioenergetic cooking method. That is a method that aligns us with bioenergetics, the study of energy in living systems. Food has energy. Organic foods have higher vibrating energy. It's measured with photonic lights. Your energy goes into the food, the environment that you're cooking with. So all of this is taken into account. Your cells know the difference. Okay. So we're going to be focused on an energy shift that's coming up tomorrow morning. We're moving into the spring equinox. That's when the sun goes into 0 degrees of Aries. It is a energetic nature shift. The body feels these shifts. The rulership comes under now liver gallbladder. The springtime, what do you think of? You think of cleaning up, your spring cleaning. It is time to clean out your pantry, clean out your spices, upgrade, throw out old stuff, open your windows, the same thing. So you're cleaning out your fridge and your pantry because nature wants you to have energy. The major part of your energy comes from mitochondria, right? Energy, but liver's very involved in this. Thousands of different functions that it does. So it wants to spring into action. Now, when our liver's working well and you feed it well, like we're feeding it beta carotene through the carrots today, you're gonna, it opens to the skin and the eyes. You want glowing eyes and bright skin. This is what you need to do, is focus on your liver. So hopefully you've been keeping that going, because I'm always talking about the liver, and it is the season to get those green juices in. But we're going to focus on a soup today. It's still cold in most of the country. It's even cold here in Florida. It's in the 50s. That's cold for us. So I'm going to put together a carrot ginger soup. Now, this is actually in the bone marrow section and blood and stomach meridian of my book, because the stomach likes warm food, and ginger root is really good, but so does the liver. So I love this liver, love carrot salad in my cookbook. So beta carotene is converted to vitamin A in the liver. The liver is responsible. You need to have a highly functioning liver. So about 50% of our people have fatty liver today. Ginger, garlic, all these things really, really help with resetting what the liver needs to do. It is waiting for you to give you its nutrients that it needs to build and do what it needs to do. So soups are super easy. They're warming, they're nutrient dense, and we're going to be putting simple ingredients in there. We're starting with 1 medium yellow onion here. If all you have is a sweet onion, that is fine. That is no problem at all. I've already got the Dutch oven warming up, and we're going to add some oil to that. So you have a choice of oils here that you would use because we are heating it. I prefer not to heat my high quality olive oils with the high polyphenols. I prefer to use those for drizzling and for dressings, keeping them raw. And you will too. You spend the big bucks on the things that matter, and you want glass bottles. Now, avocado oil, and I'm going to use the rest of this avocado oil. You need about 2 tablespoons in the bottom here. Get that warmed up. And or you can use coconut oil. The Nutiva brand is my favorite. I also make a beautiful skin scrub with it. So let's just now this is going to cook, and we are going to use an immersion blender. So these do not have to be super small pieces. just small enough so that it cooks evenly. Yeah, so you don't have to be a genius with a knife when you're making soups with an immersion blender because it's all going to be blended up once they're cooked. So we're going to get the onions in there and start put that up a little bit. Let them start to get a little translucent and fragrant. In the meantime, the recipe, normally I would say about 4 cloves. I like to go a little bit more generous on my garlic cloves. I buy them already cut because I'm using garlic, a lot of it every day, but you just trimming off the ends here, and then you can just rough cut them. They don't have to be cut up a lot to put into the soup. It's fine. So just make sure things are stable when you cut through them so you don't miss. And then just pile them up and just rough cut them like this. It's fine. So let's let those onions get fragrant and a little bit translucent. And while we are preparing everything else, and having your little prep bowls are genius. When you feel really organized, your desk and your life reduces stress. Same thing in your kitchen. Get prep bowls. These are lightweight, easy to wash, will not crack. So lots of carrots, right? I've got several carrots here because unfortunately some of them were little. Don't you just love bigger carrots? So just cut through them to make some chunks here. Now those onions are already smelling incredible. So nothing needs to be perfect here. You just want them in smaller pieces so everything will cook evenly. Here's some more big pieces. And then we're going to put the lid on this, and you can literally go about your work, whatever you're doing, go out for a walk, go play pickleball, whatever you need to do, keep this on low because Dutch ovens work really well and evenly heat. I particularly love, and if you're going to invest in your kitchen, invest in yourself, get quality pieces that you love to showcase. I used to have gas burners, which I prefer, but having a Le Creuset beautiful pot and many of the different colors, it's going to make you proud and make you want to make more soups. And that's fantastic. Always go for quality. All right, so what I'm adding to this also, let's get the carrots back in this bowl. Yeah, so I want you to relax in the kitchen. It should just be about connecting with food. Most people are so not connected with food. They don't even know what it looks like prior to or what goes in it. This enhances your mindfulness so that you can be aware. And the whole point of my cookbook, Simple Cooking for Vitality, was to create a mindfulness and attachment to how important food is as a messenger. Food is a messenger. It is information for your body. So I'm adding a parsnip to this one because I had one. It's not in the recipe, but you certainly can. Parsnip makes a really great addition to this. All right, what else are we putting in here? We're going to put a bay leaf in. We've got the garlic already. So, of course, we're making a ginger soup, so we're getting in some nice pieces of ginger. So what I do is I take about a chunk this big. If you're new to ginger and you want to back off, I mean, once you get used to it, I have it in my raw juices and my smoothies. It is massively important for the liver and reducing liver inflammation. So I just use a knife and I just cut off some of the skin. You don't need a special peeler. So what I do with the skin pieces is I put them over on a pot on the stove with turmeric, and I'm sipping on a delicious tea, which is so amazing for the body. You want to give it what it needs. Let's get the bay leaf. Sorry about that. This is heating some air. So anyway, 5-second rule. The bay leaf is going in there. And we're going to add in the garlic as well. I'm going to add in the ginger and the turmeric. So I'm putting turmeric in there. Well, it's perfect. It's warming. It's going to give it more orange flavor and coloring, which is great. Now, spices. This is up to you. In my recipe, I left it a little bit more lighter on the spices so we can just take in the carrot, but with a pinch of Ceylon cinnamon. So that's about a little under a quarter. Cardamom and coriander. So cardamom is bright. Coriander is like parsley almost. Cumin is very warming, but I don't put cumin in, but I am putting cayenne pepper. So I want you, when you do things, is I like a little bit more cinnamon. So I'm going to be putting in more than a pinch. And I like to leave this up to you in this because it should be a creative process. Definitely not as much cardamom. And you could just shake it over it. It's easier than, and then coriander, a little bit of that is great. I don't put in the nutmeg. I save that for my butternut squash apple soup. But cayenne pepper, it's great to have a little extra bite in here. So if you want to just start with 1/8 of a teaspoon, that'll give you enough power. So carrots, this orange color. Now, when you're talking color and antioxidants, the orange is beta carotene. Now, it is not damaged when you're cooking it. And for stomachs and digestive systems that are a little bit more less vibrant, and maybe your liver is less vibrant, a lot of people have sluggish, stagnant livers. It's not showing up in your tests and your enzymes. Because your liver works so hard, but you can have a sluggish liver without it really showing up. But a lot of things are going wrong in your digestive process. So cooked carrots still going to have a generous amount of beta carotene that's converted to vitamin A, and it's a little more bioavailable. And you definitely need to absorb things. And so let's get this organized here, and we'll be right back to put in everything, and I'll show you the different broth options. Okay, if I can sorry, I'm trying to put this on pause and my options are not showing up. So this is going to be funny. So we're not going to pause it. Let's just figure this out. All of a sudden, thing changed on the recording button. So this is smelling wonderful. Look how incredible that is. You're smelling the warmth of the cinnamon and smelling the spices, the onion, the garlic. So want them to get nice and fragrant. Let's put in the carrots and the parsley. I want them to get fragrant prior to putting in the broth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cover on. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to pause this. Here we go. Okay, I got the buttons figured out. Thanks to everyone that tunes in and has a fun time here. Yes, I like to talk because I like to get education to you, because he who understands knowledge comes easy to he that understands. We need to have an understanding of why this might be important. And this is sizzling. The spices are mixing. The onion, the garlic, the bay. You can smell all those warming spices with the carrots and the parsnips. Now, the broth that you're going to add in, one of these big containers is 4 cups. You need at least 4 cups in here. You have a choice. If you're not vegan and you want to get bone broth protein, fine, go ahead. Low sodium is a must. The kidneys do not like high added sodium that you're going to get at restaurants and processed food. So you need to be careful. Okay. This is going to be a low sodium veggie broth. Just make sure you're getting organic, simple ingredients with no questionable added flavors, etc., or potential MSG. And we're going to add this. And then we're going to let this warm and simmer till all the veggies are nice and tender, probably, at least a half hour. You got plenty of things you can be doing. One thing I'm going to be doing while this is going is I'm going to be making myself a golden latte since we already have out the ginger and the turmeric. So I put this into a blender with some, you can use an organic soy or milk or I love my almond milk and one date and some cinnamon, and I'm going to be enjoying that. So we'll be back when the soup is ready for the immersion blender and all the veggies are soft. So guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you're excited for spring. This is a time when we start new things and we need that energy. Okay, are you ready to put together this soup? I made the most amazing golden latte right here with a fresh cinnamon stick. It's so delicious. And I was able to eat my lunch. So use a sharp knife just to poke through. And when these are tender, or you can use a fork, but and then we're just going to take out the bay leaf here before we do the immersion blender. Let's get the bay leaf and not that garlic. Hold on, buddy. There we go. Okay, so let's put the cover down. This is an immersion blender. There's many of them out there. I actually got this one from NutriBullet when it came out because I have some of their products, but I've had other ones as well. So I've got this on low, and when you brought this to a boil, you would just turn it down and then time it for about 20 to 30 minutes, and you just check it. With an immersion blender, make sure you don't angle it too much so things will splatter and control it. Pretty easy. Just kind of dig it down, get all the big pieces. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna show you what toppings that you can put on. Delicious. So satisfying. So it's just a process of going around, making sure you're getting everything, but not splattering it on yourself. I use this for my butternut squash soup. I also use it for my homemade slow bread sauce. So we're just about done here. So in about 30 seconds, you can thin it out a little bit, you know, by putting in more broth. I'm going to choose to have it a little bit thicker. So this doesn't need to be cleaned. It just has a cap that goes on. Put this over here for now. This okay, so let's take a look at this. Amazing. And just fantastic. I'm loving this. So here's some great toppings for you. Now, if you have been watching me and you choose to put some of your herbs in jars, so they stay super fresh, not only do they stay fresh in water, you can see them, so you can add them to the top of a soup. And this is a particularly fantastic time to do that. Whether you want to do cilantro, I'm going to do some parsley in here. And let's get to soup in the bowl first. Beautiful. I'm just using a big pasta bowl. You can use something else as well. So these are little herb scissors. I'm actually going to cut it up just a little bit more. So we've got some beautiful parsley in the center. Fresh, fresh. Now, green onions would be a great addition at this point as well. So I have those in there. Also, I just trimmed the ends so they're nice and fresh here. So here we go, some green onions. Visual appeal, that's what we're going for. A few pumpkin seeds are great too at this point. These are raw pumpkin seeds. Gives you a little bit of crunch. You know, I didn't add any salt to this soup. we want to keep the sodium down. It's going to have plenty of flavor. You're not going to need that. Doesn't really need pepper either. So look how beautiful this is. So thanks for staying with me. But carrot parsnip ginger soup is going to rev your liver up, get you ready for the spring season. We want to bring forth that energy so you're able to start some new projects, and have that life just shine through your skin and your eyes. So thanks for tuning in today with me, Kimberly Knox, in KK's Fake Kitchen. And I love your thumbs up. Any comments you want to share? Have an awesome day. Bye, guys.